It's hard to top that as an action film, unless, moving on to number 4, you've got a shitload of special effects and CGI. I'm talking about Black Panther.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever! So, it's an interesting one. Because
I never freeze, that's it.
I never freeze.
I never freeze.
I love that one.
By the way, we don't sound like that.
No. He has got that slightly Nelson Mandela accent. So,
Well, yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
shitloads of special effects. Could ruin it for a film like DC, but they use it so responsibly in this film.
Right.
It makes it, there's some beautiful scenes.
Yeah.
And there are things they can do that I guess they can't do in things like Mission Impossible, which for me just elevates it as a film in ways.
Yeah, but I think this is one thing you give to sci-fi movies.
Sci-fi, fantasy.
Because fantasy movies, because
Marvel in general.
Yeah, exactly. Marvel in general, because they can explore this dimension.
And they're so
universe.
good at it now. They have
really
nailed
are
it.
good.
Well, let's face Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Avengers,
Yeah.
all these recent ones have been so good. Some of the best ones.
Really good, really good. I mean,
Nailed
the
it.
Black Panther is something. If you haven't seen it,
It's fantastic.
You have to go watch it.
Fantastic.
The special effect was superb. And
Did you go slightly Wakanda there? Super.
superb. No. It's really. It was really a great film. To watch.
I think it was slightly overhyped because of the whole it being a massive black film,
course, yeah.
but it lived up and lived
it
up
did
to
well
its
in the
heights.
box office, which is what the investors would want to see.
Sure, but also huge critical reception as
But
well.
what was your take on the Wakanda structure in the movie? I mean, the technology. I mean,
Well, I thought it was interesting.
so interesting. Have you read like the comics of the
No,
Black
no,
Panther?
I haven't read the comics.
Right,
No.
right.
Have
Yeah,
you
I have. Because the thing is, if you follow the trail, you understand why certain things are happening,
Right.
and why certain things have been done the way it's been done. Because most viewers get a bit confused about the storyline.
Right.
Yeah, but if you
It
watch
was
the
pretty clear to me.
cartoons and the comics, you will understand.
Right,
But
right.
nevertheless, it's a great movie.
I'm only a Marvel film fan, really. I never read the film. Anyway, but it smashed box office records,
Yes, it
and
did.
it showed that black stars are very marketable in these day and age,
Yeah.
which we talked about in the previous section as well. And also quite a Shakespearean story about themes over family, royalty, betrayal, very deep kind of.
Yeah, but this is literally what the African culture is about.
Right.
The fundamental level,
Right.
that's it. Family, royalty, and going out there to get it done, providing for your family, and being the man of your word.
And something that also interested me is that the main villain, I mean, we initially think it's going to be a white guy, which would be the easy way out. The white guy's the villain.
But that's just straight from the books.
Yeah, maybe Stan Lee did it originally. But again, Stan Lee to have that vision. It's actually a brother of his who's the bad guy in the end.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end
fantastic.
It's a story like Stan Lee
original.
said. He felt that he needed to write the story. Because as at the time Black Panther came, the Black Americans and America was.
So it
having a
was
tough
literally
war.
Black Panther in the 70s.
So he
Black
thought,
Klansman.
exactly, and he thought that let me give this a writing
Story.
in my
It's
publication.
fantastic.
And he's done that.
He's a
It's been
genius.
Great, yeah.
Anyway, I'm guessing we should move on to the top
Yes,
three
we
because we're
should.
running out of time. How are we doing? All right, so number 3 in the film series, top 10 films of the year, number 3. I wonder if you can guess who we got. Okay, Ready Player One. So, this is the new film directed by Steven Spielberg. It's set in a dystopian futuristic world where resources are rapidly dwindling and basically everything in the world now sucks. It's kind of a warning about how we're going with climate change, which I thought was nice as well. You show the world is completely just destroyed. And it's also a warning about the over-influencing powers of technology.
Yes,
because
which I got that from
everyone
that,
lives in this virtual reality world
Yeah.
called the Oasis.
Look, that's a sad truth, but that is the reality.
It is. It's the same with our fucking phones, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's it. But I mean, explaining all of that, I love the concept of the Oasis. Which I think we're moving towards there now with virtual reality.
I think it could be like I actually
In a
thought
couple
about
of years,
like, this could happen.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to happen.
Why wouldn't it? Because that would be ultimate.
It's already
I would love to live in that
happening,
world.
actually.
It's like The Sims, but you get to experience it as your whole person.
I mean, in the 90s, they tried bringing in virtual reality, but it didn't really take off.
Because the technology was too far ahead of itself.
Exactly, but now I think this is going to be a reality for us.
I think it
but
definitely
it's a
will,
great movie. There's a young guy who falls in love.
Yeah.
Let me not spoil it.
So it's so basically the creator of the Oasis dies of the virtual reality and leaves behind a puzzle that's built within this virtual world to be solved by whoever's worthy. So, and whoever solves it, this incredibly complicated puzzle, will have complete control of the Oasis and get his $1 billion of fortune.
Oh yeah. He's going to be a billionaire.
Yeah, so it's basically you follow this story of this young coming-of-age guy called Parsifal, who's nobody from nowhere in real life, but in the virtual world is actually quite a big deal because he's really good at the game. So it's about recreating yourself as well. So it does also give some kind of credence to social media, how you can become someone else. But it's interesting because that kind of duality of person, you know, it really goes on that.
With the narrative, I think they use the hero narrative in this movie. You know, like the hero goes on a journey.
Joseph Conrad's hero
journey. Hero's journey. You know, he comes across some
it's the New Hope Star Wars. Nobody from nowhere starts from nothing, gets discovered, and the old man instead of Obi-Wan is the creator who guides him on his journey.
Appears at
and yet, despite he's dead, he guides him on his journey in the Oasis. And then you've got the classic bad guy who represents the corporations.
I thought I was specifically like that.
I really liked that aspect of the film as well, how the corporations are the aspect.
I saw through that,
So the danger, so what it's highlighting as well with the bad guys is the dangers of corporate interference with things that should be free enterprise. So, like, we're seeing now with the internet, too much advertising, you know, not enough freedom. They're trying to police it so much. They're trying to bring in this new law, which is going to make it so that terrible things you don't know about.
Well, I mean, we're not trying to go there right now. You know,
no, but it's relating to it. And again, this is the filmmakers. This is the filmmakers almost giving a warning to what things will be like if we just don't stand up to the corporations.
The prophets of nowadays are the filmmakers. You know. They foresee
they
the
are
futures.
Rebels.
Yeah, exactly, and they tell you what
they're
the
warning
likelihood
you.
of the present future might be, and they give a warning about it.
It's what I love about film. Anyway, sorry, let's move on. I love this film. I was completely blown away by it in the cinema. I'll be honest. It was fantastic. Visually stunning, highly underrated. It should be talked about so much this year. It was fantastic. It surpasses anything I've ever seen from CGI so far.
What's this movie? Come on, you're hyping it.
I'm talking about Ready Player One.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right then.
Have you ever? Come on, did you see it in 3D in the cinema?
No, I didn't see it in 3D.
If you see it in 3D in the cinema, it was absolutely mind-blowing. It's the ultimate 3D film. I've never seen anything like it. It's geek porn as well. So many references to old films in the 80s. It's fantastic. Okay, well, I think we've basically covered that. Fantastic. I mean,
you should watch it.
Watch it. You get two worlds and two stories as well, because you get the VR world and his actual world, and it intersects beautifully. I honestly think in 10 years this film will be considered a masterpiece. On to number 2. We're nearly there. Number two. I wonder if people can guess what it is. Avengers Infinity War!
Come on!
Right, on to another Marvel success, and the film that we've been waiting. I love Marvel right now. Okay, the last, as I was saying, like, come on, Black Panther, this, Thor Ragnarok, the Captain America before that, these have just been amazing.
All the Avengers also.
But recently I think they've been getting better and better. And Guardians as well, Guardians 2.
The Galaxy.
Number 2 was great, I thought.
That was great,
Anyway, so this is, though, the film that we've been waiting for years and years and years.
Tell me about it.
Because it's all been building to this very slowly with the little cutscenes at the end of the films, and we are finally here. I think 11 years in, and about 20 different Marvel films, we're finally at the end point.
And do you know what's so funny? They don't talk about the backstory about why Thanos is doing what he's doing.
No.
Thanos is trying to do this to get laid with Miss Death. Serious. On the comic, Thanos literally got the Infinity Stone so that he can date Death.
What?
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy because Death has a realm where if you die, you go to a world.
Death?
Miss Death.
Miss Death.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Thanos is doing what he's doing. But
instead of actually trying to bring balance to the universe.
Wow, that was what he was doing. But for the movies, they've changed it. In the comics,
I think his movie version's reason is better, right?
Like, but I mean, you guys should watch it. You know.
Anyway, final chapters here. We see Captain America, Iron Man, and the rest of the gang teaming up against their biggest foe yet, which is Thanos. The ultimate, as he tries to unify the Infinity Stones and wipe out half of the universe with a click of his fingers.
You know, Thanos is quarterly human.
Is he?
Yeah, in the comics.
And in the comics as well. Yeah, I watched it with my friend the second time, and he was geeking out next to me, being like, that didn't happen in the comics. Oh, that's the hammer the Thor gets. I was like, I don't fucking know. I'm a movie geek.
A part of him is human, actually.
Oh, really?
I think that's where his humor and this that come from.
It doesn't seem fucking human. He beats the shit out of everyone. So, if you're a Marvel fan, if
Yes.
you're a superhero fan, this is film porn, let's be honest. This is just pure adrenaline, out of this world, fantasy scenes and action. They had a lot of CGI, heavy use of it, which they used effectively, so it didn't ruin the film.
Right.
I think you'd agree with all that, yeah?
I mean, I do agree with you on this.
Yeah, I think the thing that I want to bring up about this film, which was really I find interesting, is that Thanos is almost an anti-villain, and we follow his journey as he beats the Avengers and completes his journey. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it by now, for God's sake.
You should watch it, actually.
Seriously. Because it's the only time a bad guy actually wins in a film. How weird is that? It was a mindfuck.
But, I mean, if we look at it, if we look at it, right, Thanos is kind of a hero and anti-hero at the same time.
Exactly, because you almost sympathize with him.
When the next release comes out, it's going to blow your mind.
But the ability to sympathize with him was amazing as well. You get a proper emotional connection to him and his reasons for doing this.
On that.
Anyway, we need to follow up. So we'll see the follow-up to that in 2019. Really looking forward to Avengers Infinity War Part 2.